In March 2019, a Turkish shop owner named Serdar Baniciyi was outside his store late in the evening when something truly bizarre occurred. CCTV footage from that night shows a man walking into the camera's frame just moments before Serdar steps out of his shop. What happens next is truly baffling. As the mysterious man walked by, he tapped Serdar on the shoulder. Serdar turned around to see who had tapped him, and at that moment, narrowly avoided being struck by a heavy metal grate attached to a passing truck that had swung open. Had Serdar not turned around in time, the grate would have struck him, causing serious injury or even death. This video quickly went viral due to the seemingly impossible timing of the man warning Serdar just moments before an accident was about to happen. While some believed it was nothing more than a miraculous coincidence, the story only grew stranger. After the video gained popularity, several news outlets interviewed Serdar about the incident. In one interview, Serdar recounted that after narrowly escaping the swinging grate, he immediately looked down the street for the man who had just saved his life, but he was nowhere to be found. After collecting himself, Serdar searched the area to try and locate the man, but he had seemingly vanished into thin air. Later in the interview, Serdar also mentioned that although he was tapped on the left shoulder, he instinctively looked to his right, directly toward the oncoming grate. He expressed his confusion, noting that it would have been a normal reflex to look toward the side where he was touched. Serdar ultimately said he believed it was divine intervention that saved him that day, as if he had looked left, the grate would have struck him. The fact that the man appeared at the perfect moment and then seemingly vanished into thin air sparked widespread speculation online. Some commenters on the video suggested he was a guardian angel, while others humorously speculated that he might have been a time traveler. Although many of these comments were made in jest, it's undeniable that the video is incredibly strange. For many viewers, the timing of the events was simply too extraordinary to be dismissed as mere coincidence. We interrupt this video to bring you an important message from our sponsor, Aura. This year, we've seen several high-profile data breaches impacting millions of people. Just recently, National Public Data announced a major breach that compromised over 2.9 billion records used for background checks, which included the social security numbers of many Americans. It has been confirmed that members of a hacker group have released this sensitive information online for free. Since we here at Fringeville often visit sites that could be risky when researching for our YouTube videos, online safety is a top priority for us. That's why our team trusts Aura to keep our personal information safe. Aura monitors billions of data points, including the dark web and public records, to detect and alert you to any potential threats. With real-time alerts and up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, Aura is like a shield for your personal data. In addition, Aura offers secure browsing with its VPN, prevents data brokers from selling your information, and helps you manage your passwords effortlessly. Don't wait until it's too late. Visit aura.com/Fringeville and get 2 weeks free to see if your data has already been exposed. Migos were an immensely popular hip-hop group from Atlanta, Georgia, made up of 3 rappers by the names of Quavo, Takeoff, and Offset. Although the group split in mid-2022, they continued collaborating on music until Takeoff's tragic death later that year. On November 1st, 2022, after attending a private party at a billiards and bowling lounge in Houston, Texas, Takeoff was fatally shot outside the venue by Patrick Clark. Following his death, many fans revisited the last music he released with Quavo and discovered several eerie coincidences. On October 7th, Quavo and Takeoff released their joint album called Only Built for Infinity Links. On Halloween 2022, just hours before Takeoff's death, they uploaded the music video for one of the album's most popular songs, entitled Messy. Upon closely examining the video, many fans noticed something bizarre. Several hidden clues appeared to foreshadow Takeoff's tragic death, which happened just hours after the video was released. The first strange coincidence in the messy music video occurs at 1 minute and 11 seconds. At this point, 3 people are shown playing dice with money on the table, and the dice are clearly visible. Takeoff was fatally shot following a dispute over a dice game on November 1st, which can be written as 1.11. Many fans noted how strange it was that a dice game appears for just a brief moment at the exact timestamp that represents the date of Takeoff's death. But the coincidences didn't stop there. Later in the video, during Quavo's verse, Takeoff is briefly shown sitting next to a Halloween decoration of the Grim Reaper behind a tombstone with R.I.P. written on it. Although such decorations are common for Halloween, fans found it eerie that Takeoff was on screen for only a brief moment, with the Grim Reaper, a well-known omen of death, as the only other thing visible in the frame. The strangeness of this scene becomes even more unsettling when considering what follows. In the next scene, Quavo is shown in an elevator, alone, wearing the same sunglasses Takeoff was wearing in the previous scene. Viewers found it odd that Quavo is shown wearing Takeoff's glasses right after the scene featuring the Grim Reaper. Some speculated that the elevator symbolized Quavo moving to the next level alone, wearing Takeoff's glasses as a representation that he would no longer be alive. While this interpretation might seem like a stretch, one chilling detail adds weight to the theory. The timestamp of the elevator's security camera recording Quavo reads 2:39. While this time may seem insignificant on its own, it becomes shocking when you learn that Takeoff's official time of death on November 1st was recorded at 2:40 a.m. Many believe it's simply too coincidental that Quavo was shown in an elevator alone, wearing Takeoff's glasses at almost the exact time that Takeoff would be pronounced dead. While many see these scenes from the messy music video as pure chance, believing there's no way Takeoff's death could have been forewarned, others argue that there are too many coincidences to simply ignore. The dice game shown at the exact timestamp corresponding to the date of Takeoff's death might be dismissed on its own, but when combined with the music video's allusion to the exact time he would die, it becomes harder to overlook. Even if these scenes are written off as random, the fact that the video was uploaded just before Takeoff's fatal shooting leads many to question whether it was purely coincidental. Some still see it as a rare cosmic alignment, but others believe there's something deeper at play. That, however, is a topic for another video. Among the many types of natural disasters, tornadoes are often considered the most terrifying. Some say this is due to their sudden onset and potential for widespread devastation. Others argue that what makes tornadoes especially frightening is the ability to see them approaching from a distance. There's something uniquely horrifying about witnessing an impending disaster, knowing the destruction it will bring. One man managed to capture this exact feeling on video. In April 2015, a violent multiple vortex tornado tore through communities near the city of Rochelle, Illinois. One of the hardest hit areas was the small town of Fairdale, where a man named Clarence Schultz captured one of the most chilling tornado videos ever recorded. From his upstairs window, Schultz spotted the tornado in the distance and began filming, assuming it would pass by his town. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. In later interviews, Clarence Schultz recounted that he continued filming as he believed his house would withstand the tornado. His home, which was over 100 years old, had survived many storms in the past. However, this tornado was unlike any other. It was classified as an EF4, with winds reaching up to 200 miles per hour, making it the most powerful storm ever to hit the area. When the tornado struck directly, the house collapsed, trapping Schultz under the brick chimney. After the storm passed, neighbors helped rescue him from the rubble, with his only injury being a crushed vertebrae. Tragically, his wife of 25 years, Geraldine Schultz, was not as fortunate. She was one of the only 2 victims of the tornado, along with the Schultz's neighbor, Jacqueline Closa. Videos taken in the aftermath of the tornado reveal the extent of its devastation, showing homes reduced to rubble and entire neighborhoods left in ruins. The sheer scale of the destruction puts Clarence Schultz's video into a sobering perspective. His footage, recorded in real time as the tornado bore down on his home, stands as a chilling first-hand account of what it's like to come face to face with nature's raw power. Within paranormal research, there's a long-standing belief that children have the ability to perceive paranormal or supernatural phenomena, a sensitivity that is often lost as they get older. Several explanations have been put forth as to why this might be. Some suggest that younger children, being more open, innocent, and less conditioned by societal norms, may be able to perceive things that adults often dismiss or rationalize away. Others theorize that children's minds, unburdened by rigid logic or disbelief, are more attuned to the spiritual realm. Another argument is that during early development, a child's brain is highly flexible and open to new sensory experiences as it rapidly learns about the world. This heightened neuroplasticity could allow children to perceive frequencies or energies that adults whose brains have become more specialized and conditioned to focus on the material world can no longer detect. Whether or not you believe these explanations, it's hard to overlook the thousands of online posts and testimonies from people sharing stories of how their children have seen or communicated with deceased individuals, often relatives they never even knew. There are also numerous videos that seem to show children interacting with unseen presences. One such video, taken in 2020, shows a young girl at the gravesite of a recently deceased family member, seemingly communicating with someone who isn't there.
What are you waving at, Leah?
Bye, kids. Bye-bye. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Although there are many such videos on the internet, several factors make this particular video feel especially convincing. For one, the way the child lifted her face for a kiss appeared as though there was truly someone there interacting with her. Additionally, she consistently looks and waves in the same direction, as if she's responding to someone's presence rather than acting randomly. When combined with the countless stories of children reportedly seeing ghosts or communicating with deceased loved ones, videos like this certainly make you wonder. In early October 2024, Florida was struck by a devastating Category 5 hurricane dubbed Milton, with wind speeds exceeding 180 miles per hour. Over several days, the hurricane tore through the southeastern United States, causing more than $30 billion in damages and claiming the lives of dozens of people. The aftermath required coordinated emergency efforts from FEMA, NASA, and local authorities, with months, if not years, of recovery still ahead for the affected communities. Days before the historic hurricane struck, many Florida residents noticed something strange. large flocks of sandhill cranes gathering and vocalizing in unison. While such behavior isn't unusual, many Floridians remarked that they had never seen the cranes gather in such large numbers before. This led many to believe the birds were issuing a warning about the approaching storm. It's well known that many bird species can detect even subtle changes in atmospheric pressure. During Hurricane Milton, there was an abnormally high atmospheric pressure shift, which is why it's believed so many sandhill cranes appeared, seemingly alerting others of the impending disaster. Although videos of the cranes may seem completely normal out of context, knowing that they were likely responding to an oncoming natural disaster that would take many lives adds a profound sense of eeriness.